And today we're going to be playing sorry, and today we're going to be playing some Minecraft. I'm sorry that I haven't been recording in quite some time. I have been busy doing stuff. By that I mean dealing with with it being the end of the year for school. It's starting to have me and my friends. Well, my friends that go to the same school as me. They are starting to throw tests at us. Well, actually, they're called finals, but some of the classes we already took the final, so. And then there's one class which doesn't make any sense at all. That class is which is my hope class. He didn't give us a study guide for our exam. So one day of okay, let's just play a Kahoot, and then okay, barf your information that you remember on this piece of paper or this computer. Apparently my dog is deciding to join me. But right now I'm building a underwater base. Not to mention, at the end of the school year, aka Friday, I'm going to be packing my bag and going up to New York to see my family. Well, the rest of my family. Okay, the family that's on my mom's side. You wanna know what's a great conversation start? Is when someone asks you, how do you get your name? Like a normal person, they say, oh, my parents just like the name. I say, I was named after my dead grandmother that I never met. Great conversation starter, especially my mom's initials, which spell out the word ass. It gets a lot better. So, pretty much yesterday, for my exams for art class and science, my art class was pretty much cleaning. So I cleaned, and when I was done, me and my friends decided to play Apple Apple. Well, Apple to Apple. Which is a very interesting if I say. It made every single one of us laugh. Why? Because we all decided to pick very, very dark cards. Like one of the cards said a morgue. One of the green cards said, what is depressing and explosive? I put down something more stupid than that. I put down a card saying going to church because it is explosive. Why? Because it hurts your brain. Okay, so I think this was the week before last week, my whole entire home base and me were upset. Why? Because our home base teacher, Miss Bowser's, decided to punish us by closing down the home base. We did nothing wrong. It's just a random person that's not in our home base. A random person decided to come in, go in our home base. And the thing is, in my school, if you're not in the home base, you can't go in. But this person decided to go into her home base, and this person didn't get in trouble, but they did. But they decided to punish us and not that person. So after John decided, finally talked to Miss Bowser and asked what went on, what's going on, she finally decided not to close the home base. She even agreed with us, saying that that person should have been punished. Well, should have gotten the merits. Because they entered a home base and we weren't in there. We were all thinking, okay, that's creepy. No one was in the home base. Which just made us even more mad, because some of us have a break during that time, but no one was in there. One person was out getting Chick-fil-A because we're able to go off campus for lunch. I was in my 6th period class. To be honest, my 6th period class is boring anyways. I wished I was somewhere else other than the class. But hey, I don't have to be there anymore. My final exam is over. I don't have to suffer through it. I feel pity for the next kids that have to suffer through her. Because, she wants everything handed in old school, aka handed in via paper. You don't hand it in via paper, oh well, too bad. Hand it in via paper. Your mother's sick? Don't care, hand it in via paper. Oh, you have to? Where's the doctor's note? Hand it in via paper. I'm sorry for the accent. It's just whenever she talks, it just makes me think of that. Besides the fact that that she was like this, I would often make jokes about her sometimes. Like the best way to start a zombie apocalypse is to put people in her classroom and make them suffer through her class. Because trust me, you can make a zombie apocalypse from that. The boredom. And the frustration. I swear, if one thing was able to start the apocalypse, it'd be this. It'd be her science class. Anything else wouldn't. Her science class would start the apocalypse. But to be honest, I'm happy that I'm going to New York at the end of the school year. I'm also happy because, well, I get to see my family again. I haven't seen them in a while. Scratch that, I haven't seen them since... I actually don't remember. Oh yeah, and if I do believe that I think it was last week, but I remember it was Wednesday or Thursday that it was senior prank day. They brought water balloons, but the worst thing, well, the thing is that they couldn't throw it at any, well, in any grade below them, or they wouldn't be able to walk, aka graduate. So they just threw it themselves. But the thing is, they thought it would be a great idea since it was senior prank day to throw toilet paper in the dome. Throw toilet paper in the dome. Block off a home base in one of the teachers' rooms. Saran wrap 2 poles that lead to the 500 building, which is where my art room is, aka my first period class. The good thing is Stagecraft didn't have to clean it up. I feel bad for the people who did had to clean it up. Somewhat. Other than the fact that school year is coming to an end, I am going to miss my friends dearly. The friends that I have made over the years that became my friends now. I'm going to miss them. They were like family. But I know I'll see some of them again next year, but for the seniors that I know that did leave, like Sierra and Brianna, they were in the art class I had with me. They had nicknames, like Sierra is Art Mom, and Brianna is Aunt Art. Why is Sierra the Art Mom? Well, midterm exams. Let's just say I was a stupid child. Stupid child. Who decided it'd be a good idea when I saw yellow paint just sitting there. It'd be a great idea to eat it. She pulled the paint away from my hand and said no. We all said like, okay, motherly instincts. So I decided to call her Art Mom. Gabe in my art class is Thirsty Boy. Aaron was known as Green Bean until he dyed his hair. Well, until the color green faded out of his hair. Hopefully he dyes it green, so I can continue calling him Green Bean. Why? Because he's tall, skinny, and he had green hair. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And my name in art class was Tam. Or as Aaron said, Tamantha. I am socially awkward, physically capable of not socially interacting with new people. But once I get to know you, I'm a bubbly ball of joy. I am a bubbly ball of joy that I don't think that people will be able to get enough of. Because to be honest, I am going to deeply miss my family when I leave for the summer. They knew me. They knew the real me. And the thing is, they didn't judge me. The people at Charter can change you. Can change you for the better. They could change you for the worst. But that doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. The only thing that matters is your happiness. If you feel like you belong there. Because I know the first couple of days I felt like, okay, I don't belong here. I don't belong here at all. I am not one of these people. But then days went by and I'm like, these are my people. These are my family. This isn't where I belong. I belong here. I'm creative. I'm not socially active. I'm not social. I'm not into sports. I can't sport at all. I'm not the kind of person that you can go up to and say, hey, how was the sports game? I'd be like, what sports game? I don't know a sports game. I'll be the socially awkward person that you know in the group, just like sitting in the corner, all by herself, reading a book. Or probably drawing something. Because I know for well that I'm not gonna be socializing. I don't socialize that much when I'm in a new place. So if you see me, you best be prepared. Just start a conversation with me. Because I don't socialize in new places. I'm one of those people that try to avoid conversations, in a new environment, a new place. It's just who I am. And still trying to get over it. Still trying to learn. Because we're all trying to learn new skills in life. It's just finding the right group that will help you through it. Finding the right group that will help you through anxiety and through everything in life that makes you upset in life, that makes you feel like you don't belong in the world. Because no matter what, no matter how hard you say, you're fine, and deep down inside you're saying, I'm not fine. They'll always be there for you. Because no matter what, they'll be there. They'll say, we're here for you. You just need to tell us what's wrong. And you're always just telling them, I'm fine, no need to worry, but they know something's wrong. They can see in your eyes. They know something's wrong, but you're not acting like the way you are. That you're not acting the way that you usually do. You're acting strange. And they will come up to you and say, hey, you feeling okay? You're acting weirder than usual. You're acting strange. You're acting more shy than usual. You're acting more concealed than usual. Even with your home base, they will constantly ask you, are you okay? Are you fine? Because they worry. People worry. If you feel like you're alone in the world, just think. There's another person. You have everyone. You have your family. You have your friends. Who care for you. Who love you. so you're not alone. No matter how hard you may think that you are alone, you're not alone. You have people out there who might have it worse than you. You have people out there who might think worse of themselves. And if so, if you see them, just tell them that they're fine. You can do it. You're fine. You're perfect just the way you are. And if they still don't believe you, show them the world. Show them. Just prove to them that they're wrong. Because even they need love. They have feelings. They might be alone, and some kids out there might be rude. Trust me, I know it. Like today, during math class, after we presented our projects, Noah wanted to do his Kahoot, but Miss Kafer didn't, because she couldn't get to his Kahoot. So he started getting upset, being rude. I said, this is just how life is, and he kept saying, stay out of it, and started yelling. I'm getting annoyed. I'm just sitting there like, I did nothing wrong. All this just because of a Kahoot? Is it really worth it? And I'm thinking, sitting in my desk, well, at my seat, while the random Kahoot is going, thinking, I might have been like that when I was younger. But I've changed. I've changed, I've learned. I know that you can't yell at people who are trying to talk to you. You can't yell at them saying, stay out of it. Only if a parent or an adult says that to another child or person. And the thing is that he was saying this out loud. He could have said, can I talk to you, excuse me, Miss Kafer, can I talk to you outside for a second? Instead of yelling it and acting like a child. Like a 5-year-old. The thing is, he does this whenever someone's trying to help him also. Like, if you're trying to give him a hand with a project, he'll say no. He'll say no, and he'll start yelling at you. I don't get it. Why would he just yell? I'm just trying to help, but no. It's just no being Noah. And you can't change people who they are. No, the only people that can change them is themselves. And the thing is, if they're older than you and they still don't know manners, don't. Because it's their issue. It's their issue for not knowing how to speak properly, how to say things correctly. They don't know the manners. They don't know how to behave correctly or properly. Because there's gonna be rude people around the world, and you can't do anything about it. The only thing you need to worry about it is yourself. And if someone says something rude about you, something mean, something rude, something that makes you upset, just ignore it. Think about the positive things that are about you. Make a list. Make a list and read them. Make a list and read the good things about you. Don't stoop down to a level. Because, one, you're better than that. You don't need to be at the same level as them. Why? Because you're better than that. You can be better than them. Why? Because you're your own person. They don't define who you are. You're the only one that defines yourself as you. And no matter what anyone says, just think, I am perfect the way I am. I don't need no one's opinion. I don't need no one's options. I don't need anyone's opinion on how I look, how I dress, because I dress the way I want to dress. I love the way I look, and nothing's gonna change the way I feel about how I dress. And if someone tries to say something rude about how you dress, just tell them, this isn't you. It's my choice what to wear, how I speak, how my hair goes, what I say, what I do. I'll be right back, guys, okay? And I'm back. Now I'm going to tell you another story that happened. If I do remember, it was... I believe it was in that one. I think it was when there was a hurricane happening, and I was like in 7th grade, I believe. It was 7th grade, I believe, and a hurricane hit. Now it was somewhere. It was late outside, and I was taking a nap in my room because I wanted to be in my room, and I was tired. So while I was taking a nap, I didn't know what was going on at the time. This was right before the hurricane hit. I was taking a nap, and at that point I didn't know what was going on. Nothing important, I think. I was just laying in my bed, sleeping, napping, and then a hurricane hit. And then a couple of days later, I was taking a nap again. It was during the hurricane. The wind was blowing really badly. I didn't know what to do at that point. I was bored on my mind because there was no internet. All the cables down. Lights were out. Well, but we had a generator, so... As I was saying, I was taking a nap, my ordinary thing. I was taking a nap, minding my own business, when, out of nowhere, I woke up to find my mom, dad, and great-grandmother in my bedroom. Saying this, I was living in an old, small house, due to the fact they were just living there temporary, until we found another house. Well, the house I'm living in right now. They were in the same room as me at that point. And I was sitting there wondering, why are they in my bedroom? Until I looked out my window and saw that the tree branch, big tree branch, that's I think from the tree that's in my neighbor's yard. That was in the neighbor's yard. That was on the tree that was in between the house that I used to live in and the neighbor's house. was inches away from my window. And that one I was just thinking, oh shit, I could have died. If that could have came any closer, it would have hit my bedroom window. And it would have been... It would have been adios for me. Or pretty much the tree could have hit my room. It could have went through the window and hit me. At that point, I just felt lucky that it didn't. Yeah, and since then I was told to sleep. I was told to sleep in the living room on the couch. Think how fun that was. Think of how fun that was for me. Especially knowing that your life could have just ended right then and there. Pretty much the fear of, well, that for me happened was around when I was still in elementary school, because there was this big tree that was always right next to my house. And it always made me think, that tree is gonna fall and I'm gonna die. But that never happened. And I'm still alive to this day. But it made me think that I was gonna die. So I'd constantly check out the window, looking at the tree thinking, you better stay up there. You better not fall. And it never did. To be honest, at this point I think that doing that was just plain on weird and stupid. But hey, you honestly don't know what will happen. You don't know if it's gonna fall or not. I was just doing the reasonable thing I could think of. Well, I guess I should have named this Minecraft. Well, I tell stories about my past. Yeah. Should have named it that. I remember one story. Well, it's more like it's more like It's more like a memory of, yeah, but I still can't look at wave pools the same way ever. Why? If you're asking that, if you're thinking that or asking it. Probably because I can't trust them. It's just, they're, ever since my, I think it was my 6th or 9th birthday, I went to Hershey Park. And, we were in the wave pool, and I was getting further and further in the wave pool. And I was a strong swimmer back then. So, I kinda almost drowned. I still try to forget about it. But it keeps coming back whenever someone mentions wave pool. It's kind of like, a dark memory for me. Yeah, but the thing is, I almost drowned in a wave pool due to me being a not so strong swimmer. So yeah, due to me being not so strong swimmer, I couldn't keep myself afloat. So basically, I was just sitting there, drowning, thinking, "This is it. I'm going to die." Nope. Death didn't come, but help did. At least death didn't come to consume me yet. Hopefully not. Ever. And of course, I was playing war with another person that was in that's in my well, stagecraft. And I think tiredness got to all three of us because all of us were just proofed. Why? Because we just went through one exam, and now we went through another. we still have a couple more days until we finally get to leave. And then we have to return to school. Great. But during summer, I'm gonna try to regain my sanity. Besides the fact that I feel like I'm dying on the inside because of, well, the exams, I'm perfectly fine. And again, besides the fact that, well, my mind, brain, and soul and well-being is solely being destroyed due to school. Other than that, I am perfectly fine. It's just trying to regain your sanity when you're still in the school, it just makes your sanity worse. Don't try to. Just, if you want to regain your sanity, just wait till the end of the school year. Because trying to regain your sanity when you're still in school, it just makes it worse. It's like Baldi from Baldi's Basic in Education and Learning with the new ruler. Or, what does that mean? Oh, an extra ruler! It's just like that, but worse. And just to recap, this building is coming out way better than I thought it would be. And that right there, as you heard, is my great-grandmother. Besides the fact that we both get on each other's nerves constantly, we still love each other. Besides the fact that there were skeletons, I think everything's perfectly normal. Perfectly fine. I don't get why they like this place so much. Outside chest here and there, here. Set up a cave here, over here. Put these up here. Yes, I usually do that most of the time, sometimes. Lanterns. Okay. Okay, I guess you can't put those kinds of flowers there. But what about tulips? But you can't put roses in there? I'll go cactus. my building stuff is gonna be over here. And flowers. Weapons and treasure potions. Now we're gonna go onwards into the Minecraft world and think of what else to build while we're at it. Let's see if we can find any pirate ships. I'm gonna turn with my stories because I don't. So pretty much, I think. Fifth grade in my in St. Jim's Elementary School. If you were in fifth grade, you'd be upstairs. You'd have to climb the stairs every single morning just to get upstairs. And it would be a case just to get upstairs, due to everyone trying to get upstairs also. Why? Because every fifth grader trying to get upstairs with one staircase because they didn't know that there was another staircase around the other side of the building. Trying to get to, well, their classes, which is just one classroom with one teacher teaching this everything. Well, except for our whole, well, gym and everything else. So if it was Friday, it'd be a special day for us. Why? Because that means we could yell. So, I had a teacher named Mr. Savicki. Best teacher, I have to say. He would, and there was a teacher, like, right next to him, who would always take out a conch shell and blow into it. And we'd always scream at the top of our lungs, "It's Friday! Lunchtime!" It was always wonderful because we always got to yell. Whenever we do so, we always ran down the flight of stairs. Teachers telling us not to run down the stairs, to be quiet. We didn't pay attention to them, actually. I wonder why, because it was Friday and we got to yell for once. Other than that, we had like a pretty amazing lunch. It was my favorite. You got to yell. But the guy that usually blew the conch shell and allowed us to yell is no longer in school. So, Mr. Savicki is taking that job over. And that's what I remember. And there was this one time when we got... I was in kindergarten at the time. And it was something to do something and something else. I didn't remember. I still can't remember what it was. But, if I do recall, it was something... It is something you got something in return. It was basically, it was somewhat like, a reward for us. If you were this class, you got to dress fancy. You got to dress fancy, but there was this one time when we all got scared out of our mind. So at that time we won, my class won. So I dressed fancy. I dressed in a sundress, a cute sundress. I looked adorable, to be honest. And a person that was supposed to be arrested was being chased by the police, so we weren't allowed outside the whole entire time. Me being me, I started to panic. And they said, stop, you're gonna get us caught, I'm like, there's a person outside with the police! I think they already know we exist. If they're gonna be risking their lives by running around the elementary school. Because the attitude does that. Who runs to an elementary school before they get caught by the police, scaring everyone halfway to death? Whoever does that is just, nope. In my head I'm thinking, after that, I could have died. If that person walked into the school and walked into the cafeteria, everyone in the grade that I was in could have died. Now after I thought that, I started to panic more, thinking, I only could have died. That was a near-death experience for me. Thinking, I could have died. He could have just switched his mind easily, thinking, okay, let's go in here and see what's in here. And everyone in the same grade as me could have died. But thankful thing is that they didn't. Thankfully. On the other hand, I was still panicking. Yeah, panicking. Panicking cures everything, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Panicking makes everything worse. And trust me when I say this, you don't want to see me panic. It's just terrible. Because once I start panicking, you can't get me to stop panicking. Because trust me when I say this, at that point I was thinking, I don't want to die. Because if that person could have just walked through those doors, I would be running out of there like there was no tomorrow. I would be screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't want to die, even though at that time I didn't know curse words. And besides, other than the fact of me panicking halfway to Narnia because of this, I'm other than that, I'm perfectly fine. Still scared out of my mind whenever I see that. Not to mention that school, ever since there was a school shooting, schools have been raising their thing, well, security. And recently there's, well, I think it was a couple of days ago, we were outside cleaning up the dome, and we didn't know what was going on. Then the security guard with the yellow vest came on because we were practicing a school shooting thing. So, he said, what are you doing? It's code red. So we said, oh, well, we should probably run. We all would have been dead by then. And then there was well, no one was warned about this one. We were in the dome, and then out of nowhere, I think the alarm went off. Probably, but we all started running to the safe space where it's right near the thing. But then Mr. Naff pulled us in and said, "No, come in here," thinking it was a code. Well, code red, aka intruder, mysterious person, yada yada yada. It wasn't. It was a fire drill, I think. You thought it was fire drill, but it wasn't. Oh yeah, and then at that same time, Irene found one of those things that deals with fireworks. We were like, oh yes, ignite it. It didn't work. Why? Because it was broken. No wonders, and we all said no wonders why it was in the back of a room. It doesn't work. So we were all upset about it because we all wanted to see colors. So Mr. Darby opened it, and it was a rainbow. So during the school shooting thing, we all ran to that thing they were supposed to run to if the school shooter's not nearby. And on the way back, it's like Shaggy made a joke. It's one of my friends' stagecraft name, and it was like he just unzipped it. It's like he unzipped his jacket. It's like, hold on, and it was like pointed a finger gun at us, and we're like, Shaggy, no. Why? Because it was like he was a school shooter. It's like, we were all saying, wait, hold on, what if one of us was a school shooter and we'd all be dead by then? So pretty much, he continued the joke, and we're like, no, Shaggy, no. Because we know if he'd actually did the joke, he'd get in trouble, we get in trouble. Because it was about school shooting joke, because he just opened his jacket and it was like suspicious thingamajiggy. And we all know where it would have led to. Him almost getting arrested. So, Monday, someone in the same class as us for my math class. It's a weird kid. He always somehow, well, we don't know why, but decides to search up our teacher's name in Google. We don't know why. And then he's obsessed with her son. Still, sitting there like, fuck dude. We don't know what's going on at this point. We're just leaving it alone. Terrible mistake. She brought her son over to teach us about math. Monday. Completely unaware of what will happen. After a whole day of math, and more math. He asked Caper's son, who's in college, for his last name and phone number. We're all like, we're all telling him, don't, he'll search it up on Google. Just like he did for, Caper. And before they enter the room, me and my friend, which I won't say a name to, because I know if I see her again, she'll most likely yell at me. I don't want that. We're like, you ready to see him get arrested? I'm like, yes. And then, after all that, they're texting each other. So after all that, they hugged. And in my head, I'm thinking, pretty much everyone in the class is now thinking that he's gay. So pretty much that happened. Excuse me, I sneezed. Other than that, normal day. And this was Monday, I think. Besides that, my day is peachy. Besides the fact that my allergies are bothering me and I can't wait for school to be over so I can regain my sanity and strength I have left to continue on with life. Because at this point it's lowering. It's lowering quickly and frequently. And recently John has, well, during the break between the two classes of, well, the exams that we have for those two classes, considering it's going to be days are going to be cut shorter, they're deciding to make little sex jokes. And me and one of my friends that are also in the home base with me decided to say, John, wait till next year with the sex jokes. I'm like, stop, don't ruin my day. Don't take what's left of my sanity, then shove it down the toilet. Because at this point, my sanity is at the point where it's at the floor. My sanity ain't sanity anymore, it's nothing. It's basically like, a speck of dust. You can't see it. If someone tells me to draw my sanity, I'll just put like one dot. Very lightly, one dot. And they'll be like, what's this? My sanity, you can barely see it. Yeah, but it's gonna be like half my sanity back because in the house I live in, well, my family, sanity isn't something you'd find. It's more like something that we have somewhat. It's something that we don't particularly have in stock. Why? Because in this household, if you want to fit in, insanity is the best option. If you're asking what I'm doing, I am trying to find that house. Well, it's a big house. It's a creepy looking house. It randomly spawns anywhere. Trust me, I've seen it multiple times. And I've recorded it. Like, I've even done a tour of it. Because I know that there's chests in there with treasure. Hold on, I think I have one of the maps I have. Find my way home. Because I remember on one of the maps I have it on a map. Treasure chest map. I just have to remember what a house is. The reason I'm using the night vision is because it's underwater. Because from the beginning of the video, I started building a house underwater. Okay, find where you live. I have an idea. And this might be gruesome for some people. Good thing as I kept inventory on. Never mind. None of them happen. Okay, so 4 that way. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna make a beaker so I know where my house is, because you can make a beaker and then change the color of it. I built it. I built a beaker, beaker location thing. If you want to join the world, all you need to do is to say so. Don't know where my axe went. Hey, will it be noticeable in the sky? Yeah, I think it will. I'm gonna find that mystery building. And I know it's not hidden because, one, it's a 2-story floor building. And 2, you'll be able to spot it from a mile away if you're near it. Because it's a 2-story floor building. These trees, you'll be able to spot it just right away. Oh, village. The fuck? There's no houses. Weird. That's definitely not normal. I've been in worlds where it's something like that, but there's always been a building, like at least one village house. And it's never been like that before. Weird. But anyways. To have another story. I think it is, but I don't know. Nope, it's not in my Minecraft world. Anyways, oh yeah, I think it was either 4th, 3rd, or 5th grade. The floor was icy, and I decided to bring my phone to school. Wrong idea, but I didn't know at the time. So I brought my phone to school. My dad dropped me off. I walked up to the building and I fell on the ice. my phone dropped out of my pocket and crashed onto the ice. Then I picked it up and it was cracked. Not only that, I injured my knee. Not badly, but it still hurt, not to mention my foot. Still hurt. I learned a lesson from that. Don't, whatever you do, do not, don't walk on ice when you have a phone in your hand. Why? Because it'll break your phone. And no one wants a broken phone, trust me. I think I have no story. Probably. Okay, I remember one. It was how I met my friend Jess and Cheyenne, well, mostly Jess. It was the first day of school, and I got through all my other classes, and it was time for me to go to my last class of the day. English. This is 7th grade. No, not 7th grade, 8th grade. So I went to my 8th grade class. We were all waiting outside for the teacher. I met Jess there. I said, "Hi, I'm Viola. How are you? Wanna be friends?" She said, "Sure, I'm Jess." I didn't even stutter that time. And pretty much ever since then, we were friends. Then she showed me to Cheyenne. Me and Cheyenne are friends. So is me and Anthony, which happens to be part of our group, but he's busy with his school stuff. Miss him? Sure. Miss messing with him? Yep. But the inside joke that we made still lives on. And I don't think it has, I don't think it's rained in a while. Just if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. The inside joke shall live on forever. It'll never shall die. The one thing I don't think was fair of that school was, well, they said that if we kept the cafeteria clean, that on Fridays we'll be able to go on like our phones. We kept the cafeteria clean, but we only were allowed to go on our phones like, it was like 2 Fridays that we were actually granted to go on our phones. Then we weren't. Why? Because they said we haven't kept the cafeteria cleaned. Like, do you not see this? This isn't us. This is the kids before us. And if I do recall, my, one time my English teacher separated me from Jess. And I'm like, a boober. Boober. Separating us won't make any difference. We have many ways to communicate with each other. We have sign language, notes, technology, and then we start pretty much our C's were next to each other again, so no cards passing, yes. Messing each other through, mail, yes. You're pretty much making up jokes with each other, talking to each other. I'm gonna do the stupid thing again. Always works. Why? Because respawns. And I stopped for a couple of times. I think, I do recall there was a couple of times where I just went full on, nope. I kinda don't remember. I'm not back to the redstone. Trust me, I've tried and I failed. But I'm gonna have to end the video here. So if you like the video, subscribe down below. If you like the video, smack that like button in the face like you believe in unicorns. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe down below and comment down below what you want me to do next. And I'll see you homies in the next video. And I'll see you homies in the next video. Bye.